The talk for Cyberstorm Access isn't done just yet. Hey, 34% of you that are probably celebrating your new year, smash the living crap out of that subscribe button so we can climb up the 110,000 ladder here. Now, the rumor mill is just full of interesting little things, and it always amazes me. Now, keep in mind that the base foundation for Cyberstorm Access, if you've been paying attention to these new card reveals, has been basically, since this is the last set in the block, they always try to strengthen all of these previous decks here. Now, I want to go through some of the discussion points I've been seeing amongst people here and try to give some insight if I believe that these will be valid. And the first one I guess we got to talk about here is going to be S-Force. Now, for those of you that remember, S-Force got 2 waves of support in the 2 sets, and then it just fell off the face of the planet, all right? Like, they hyped up S-Force on the first initial stream like it was supposed to be the best thing since sliced bread. And for those of you that might not remember what S-Force was, it is one of the best budget decks of like all time. I mean, you can pick up the deck core for $6. That's neither here nor there. But since we are in the nostalgia, power-up phase here for this, I actually do kind of think that we will be seeing S-Force support here. I do kind of agree with that point here, that we will be seeing that. Now, we cannot forget Gunken Sous ship. Oh, no, we can't. Remember, the Gunken Sous ship archetype was actually quite a interesting little creation that they did. It was they took the love for sushi and they basically just made it into like a gourmet recipe of like exceed monsters. Now, if you're paying attention to that archetype, it's got some pretty good rank 4s going for it. But we do need actual like more spells and traps support for this. As much as I would love to see another Gunken Sous ship, I do think that the possibility that we see something in this set that actually gives a power-up to this deck, I think we're right about on schedule for that right now, considering the fact that we've just been going down the list of archetypes here for this. So, S-Force, Gunken Sous ship, both on my list. Now, in the previous video, I talked about Magistus getting some sort of support, and I'm hearing more and more rabble about people being like, yeah, this lines up with what we've seen, because every other power-up around that set has already gotten something. But my question is which part of the Magistus lore do you really pull from? Because most of them already have, new forms to some degree. Unless we're going to try to do something really, like, freaky here, where you're going to try to fuse, like, maybe, like, I don't even know, man, like, a Crowley Alistair, and then you, like, try to cross it over with, like, Zoroa? Like, that's something that we haven't really seen yet. I mean, like, you haven't really seen them try to combine their powers together to be Captain Planet at this point in time. So that's definitely something to really kind of pay attention to as well. Is Magistus is, since we're once again on that train here, I do expect that. Speaking of Magistus, you guys remember Dual Avatar, right? Yeah, Law of the Normal deck. You go ahead and you just unload all of those fancy little tokens onto the field and you were good to go. I'm not gonna lie to you, I was super hyped for Dual Avatars. I still have my deck core sitting on the table with my Law of the Normals. Once the office is officially done, I'll kind of go through there and we'll kind of re-examine more of those particular decks that we were trying to build back in the day. But honestly, Dual Avatar was what? 2 sets as well, so it fits the same bill as a lot of the other stuff that we've already mentioned here. So my question is what in the world do you give to Dual Avatar to make them be better? Because I mean, their whole gimmick was creating those tokens and then you basically just fusion summon into some sort of really like strong monster. I don't particularly know on that one. It would be really cool to see some sort of further use for those cards, or maybe some sort of broken searcher. I don't really know, but that'd be really cool. Now, let's just get to the most interesting thing that somebody was talking about was we need some sort of Hyperion upgrade, or some sort of, I don't know, like something that we can pull into the universe here and have it be relevant. Because if you've paid attention to the cards so far, I mean, we've got a Link monster, you got a Synchro. Do we have a fusion? I don't think we have a fusion at this point. Huh. Well, that'd be really weird. How would you even go about that, actually? Like, would it become like the galaxy itself? I don't know. But I think that we are... I think this was like the biggest focal point of like the discussion of updates was, you know, if we're going through and pulling all of these updates, you know, we need to pull something for Hyperion. And a fusion would be kind of interesting, actually. I don't know how they would go about that, though. I really don't know. I think that leaves an interest. Like, guys, leave a comment down below. Tell me, how do you think that they would pull a fusion together for this? Because that'd be kind of interesting. I guess the only other real things that haven't gotten support, poor B-Troopers. That's another one that's kind of up in the air right now. Is, you know, B-Troopers were hell destined to be a TCG exclusive archetype, and you know, we've seen where that went. Oh man, sorry, Warrock players. Maybe Warrocks. Oh gosh, subtopic here. Konami, look at me. You made Double Helix. We believe in you. Make Warrocks have a Link 1 that just summons 5 from the deck. All right, just do it. Just get it out of the way. All right, I know, and you know that you want Warrocks to be playable. All right, like, this is my personal discussion point here. Is we need a Link 1 and Warrocks to make that deck turn on. If you give them that, I guarantee you'll see Yubba Dubba Caveman or Cavewoman.deck or whatever, Cave People.deck. You wanna see that deck go to town? Link 1's all they need. All right, as long as it's on the magical musket level of good, yeah, I think that they can do something. Now, back to B-Trooper here. B-Trooper also suffers from TCG exclusive syndrome, which, you know, in the past we learned that TCG exclusives could start off really, really bad, and then the TCG would go, oh, let's crank the dial. Well, they haven't cranked the dial in quite some time. I think B-Trooper would be another really cool one to see get support, but once again, you're just kind of looking at Warrocks here, and you're looking at, you know, B-Troopers, and you're like, you have potential here. Like, why are we fumbling this so gosh darn hard? And that's what I don't understand at this point in time, is why these two have been left out for so long. And Cyberstorm Axis here, since we've already gone through the other 8,000 list of cards here, give Warrocks, give, you know, B-Trooper something here. Let these decks have some sort of time. It's not that hard to power these up. I guess the only other real things that are really left are Tri-Brigade needs some more cards, because the new Shirog Link 5 is gosh darn near unplayable. Ain't not a single Tri-Brigade player right now playing that Link 5 Shirog. Let's call it what it is. The summoning condition on that thing was so ridiculous that they were just like, well, you know, we had to do something to fix it. No, you didn't. Your goal was, hey, we're going to put such a crazy thing on this that it's just going to become unplayable. And that's sadly what actually ended up happening, was because of those harsh restrictions, you actually killed the card. So they need to do something in the department of Tri-Brigade to actually make this deck playable again. And by playable, I mean you need to have, somebody needs to have something here to make you want to play the Link 5 Shirog. If not, it was just literally a waste of a printed card, and the competitive scene is just going to forever look at it and go, haha, you're a Link 5 that sucks. Like, it's just how it is. So those are discussion points. I mean, obviously there's quite a lot of other archetypes up on the block here that I would think, but I mean, those are the ones I feel like are the most deserving at this point for those upgrades. And we'll see over the next couple of days if more of these spots will start to unfold, because they already made the commercial, which means that most of the other spots are probably going to be dedicated spots to power upgrades, which actually makes sense. I'm just kind of curious to know what they're going to be. I'll see your beautiful faces back here later today, guys. Peace out. Patrons, thank you.
Thank you so much for watching. Check out these other videos.